Hey there, this is Marxist, and this is a demo review from the South American Pocket Beck. So we will watch here. And just want to note, if you want your own demo reviewed, then you can feel free to drop it in the email, which will be in the description below. You can also donate to me for added cool stuff. We'll come to some kind of arrangement. But here we go on mid. We went with the slow strat. It's a good counter. If you want to go through choke, it's a really good counter to a team that's super aggressive on you. And Beck basically was able to do that. So, good move there. I would recommend moving up. Don't need to times a million cap that ever. Just move on and go to 2. Let's see what they choose to do here. They're going on to the danger bridge. But I guess they suspect the other team isn't going to try and punish them. They should. Red should definitely be forward holding. I don't know where their demo is, but you shouldn't have allowed them in these doors. So now they're coming in. They get in for free. Now they're going to pop. Beck is trying to take out the soft side. It looks like he's running gunboats or did not want to use the shotgun there. Scout Snatch's health pack team is dying. Oh, you might luck out here. Yeah, he's going to choose to go for the lucky play. Take the health pack. Oh, we're backing up now. So we'll see. We got lots more health pack. He's going to try and... Oh, the scout was totally looking for him. Or at least looking in the flank. Okay, he is running a shotgun. So, yeah, that got kind of screwed up there. I don't mind the decision to jump right. I know a lot of pockets that do like to do that. They've lost this fight now. But, because you don't... Those players over there probably aren't buffed, so it's a good, good early kill there. And now you're getting the kills. So, we're scooting across here. They're a bunch down. I don't know what your situation is exactly, because it's a POV, but we're trying to get in now. Ooh, get really hurt, but hey, they're more hurt. Alright, this should be easy. Yeah, they're falling out. Just push on to 2. Unfortunately, Romer gets too excited. Now we really can't push on to 2. Got scouts down in the valley. You don't need to really panic about them. It looks like they're going to come in with Uber here. I don't know if that was their med dropping. No, their med's dropping the whole team, though. So, I don't know why they haven't popped yet. They choose not to. They've gotten away for now. Yeah, Beck's going in for the med. I mean, really... I know it's a little bit of hubris, but yeah, I guess they're just never going to pop it. So they're going to give you 2 here. They might contest with Uber or something. Well, somebody dies somewhere. Oh, there's a big back cat. Shotgun. Yeah, so you want to get in the habit of whenever you're fighting a scout, if you hit them with a rocket, immediate shotgun. Unless there's like 2 people standing right next to him or something. Then you probably want to stay with rockets, but you really want to get in the habit of 1 rocket shotgun.
The control point has been contested.
You know, so that it's second nature, because you're pretty much after you hit the scout the first time, he's got so many tools to avoid any follow-up rocket in open space. If he's in a closed doorway, he's dumb, and you get a free kill. But with the second rocket. But if we're talking open space like that, you're going to have to use the shotgun, because he can double jump as soon as he hears you fire, and then your rocket's going to miss unless you get really lucky. Alright, so we got a heavy. I like that. And they seem to be a little scared now that your scout got a kill. Yeah, nothing doing here. I call this going for an adventure. You definitely saw the sticks. Now you lose a guy. Time to back up. So yeah, that was good. That's a good, well, you lost 2 guys. Now it's bad. So I don't know what happened there. But yeah, it's a slow push out. Backing up when you lose a guy, good choice. And you took it nice and slow. No need to really rush it. The only way you're going to push out in those situations really is if they help you out. You know a scout's going lower left now. There's some kind of a soldier here. Oh, well, there's a lot going on right now, I think. Okay. So the way I like to do this, usually, I know you got drugged down here by a guy, but, usually what you want to do is I like to go to drop down, because it's rarely stickied. Unfortunately, our scouts aren't here, so you're having to cap. In an ideal world, your scouts would be the ones capping the point so that you could push on that combo that's standing at choke, and then you would have never got jumped. I can only assume there are players behind you. Yeah, there we go. So I assume that was in comms, but, you know. Alright, so here we go. Jumping right at this scout was probably not the best choice. If you see a scout standing on top of the cart like that, and he's the only one forward, he's there to force you, and also to screw up your jump. Don't jump at him. Just pull out your shotgun and spam at him, because they weren't really doing a whole lot to you to begin with. So he'll run away. And then if your med has to force because of spam or whatever, then your med has to force, and that's, you know, then you jump forward and you'll have 4 rockets in the gun. Because the problem there was, you shot rockets at the scout, you probably were never going to hit, your jump was all screwed up, and then when your med had to pop to save you, you didn't have any rockets in your gun to have an Uber. So you just spam shotgun shots at that guy. He'll run away or go into you or whatever. If you get hit by spam, your med pops and then you jump their med just like any other Uber. There's a lot of diving going on here. I think maybe there's a guy behind you, or maybe that's the scout killed him. Oh, yeah. Alright, so you know they're there. Yeah. Oh, shotguns. Didn't need to pop. Oh, we got the Uber glitch. Oh, you get lucky. Oh, there's the med. To be honest, when he's down there, I wouldn't go after him. Just leave him. So an interesting thing about TF2 that not many people know or realize is that when you spawn, for respawns rather, the first person that dies after a break of some sort will get the best possible timer for their spawn wherever they are. So if you have mid, you get a good one. If you're at last, you get a really long one. And if there's like a 2 to 3 second window for spawns, and if you die outside of that 2 to 3 second window, you get the longest possible timer. It's called dying out of wave. So if you are getting kills and the med is there, you may want to wait to kill the med until 2 to 3 seconds have passed after your last kill of a combat class, so that you can give their medic the worst possible spawn timer. Because that'll, you know, that just punishes them for their aborted push. So leaving him alive for a little bit is actually a beneficial thing. You just don't want him to kill one of your scouts or something. Or get an Uber and run away with Uber saws. Alright, so they've Ubered here. Oh, well, they go in deep on you guys. We'll see. Nope. You're not going to be able to punish. Wow, nice skill from your demo.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
I like that trap spot. There was a European demo named Rand. What was his name? I think it was just Randa or something like that, who was really good at utilizing that trap. It seems as if it worked. This is just a demo on the Spire. You're gonna be okay. Spamming rockets at the med to back him up. That's not a bad tactic for any soldier class if you're not sure what to do. That rocket was maybe a little misplaced. Gotta kill these combat classes. Oh, well, that scout gave himself to you. There we go. That's how it should be done. That made me smile a little bit. Alright. Probably could have shotgunned that guy too when he was in the air, but you went for style points. Oh, Roamer. Oh, your Roamer is using the shotgun as well. Well. I can't say that I mind that so much. In America, people are real big on gunboats for Roamer, but depending on the map and your style of play, you may not need it very much. And I always enjoy, if you play Roamer sometime, especially on a map like, say, Gully Wash, just stand in the usual Roamer spots and watch a scout kind of approach you, and then you pull out the shotgun, and even some good scouts will absolutely panic when they see that because they assume you're the pocket. They think the combo's right there and that they've stumbled into the enemy combo when you're really just a Roamer running shotgun. Oh, don't need to stack this, didn't get enough kills. You need to scoot up on that, because if its team wanted to aggress you, they could have killed your medic there. So you gotta lock out the choke. Cap points for you and the med don't really matter. Alright, so they've Ubered back in. I think your medic might be dead. It also appears that bonk is legal. I guess that's fine. We had it here too for a while. Oh, Roamer. Oh, he made it. Oh, and you get a kill. Nice help from the scout. Alright, so you see Demo died kind of late there. He gets the crappiest possible timer. Puts him 8 seconds behind you. That's another thing for offensive players. Since we got kind of a lull here, I guess we're going to contest. Never mind. So this is some MGE Spire. Their scouts aren't on it because they may very well be dead. Or they're behind you. Alright, this is not a bad Uber. Oh. Oh. Yep. Well, so the pop there was good. So, oh, and you're gonna camp forward spawn. They're gonna come out behind you. Yeah, so you lost track of what the spawns were. But, well, I guess you're dead, so I can talk about it. That's another thing for offensive players with respawns. Is if you lose a guy and you know you're gonna die anyways, you need to hurry up and die. Because if they're still respawning, and you take longer than 2 to 3 seconds to die, you're gonna get the crappiest possible timer, because you died off its off wave. So you all need to die fairly close together. That's why I get kind of crazy when players, like, they have like 17 health and they hide somewhere, and then they die maybe 5, 6, 7 seconds later. That it's actually more painful, because not only do they get the longest possible respawn timer, they're also 7 seconds later in getting it. Because they died off wave. And that's why you see a lot of the time, like, when people get wiped at mids, they're dead for a super long time, and then they can't even really hold last because they had somebody die with the mid really early, and then they kind of diddle-daddled there for a while and died some more. I can't remember what the clear time is when you're considered a new wave. I think it's like 10 seconds, something like that, 7. I'm not too certain about that. Alright, so we're just building Uber back here. All is well and good. Oh, they've critzed. Okay. And there was a spy as well. Oh, you were running a defensive spy. Well, your demo does the best he can, but they're gonna take that first round. Yeah, got caught by the crits. The best thing you can do when you see the crits is just jump at it. That's really all you can do. Because really only you and the Roamer are going to have the capacity to do that. And if they're really good, they'll throw a soldier crits at you, but it'll stop them from shooting at your med. Alright, so we're going with this passive strat again. It looks like it's working pretty good. Well, you've lost a bunch now. Shotgun, okay. It looks like we've evened it back out or taken the lead. We've definitely, well, okay. So it's either even back out or taking the lead. Yeah, your med bailed out. I can't really fault him for that. Your scout probably could have gone in. I mean, he had heals. And those two guys didn't, but you never know. Better safe than sorry, really. You now will be able to push mid, because their med died, I'm fairly certain. So on this one, I would prefer not to pop, right? Because they're just trying to take the Uber. Alright, you're going nice and slow. There we are. Somebody died. I'm not really sure who. Oh, the flank got devastated because they actually pushed in the flank. But your combo's doing alright there. So when on these sorts of pushes, like maybe you can lead your buddy system, your scout and a roamer through the flank like that. But you can't have 3 players come through. You want one of the scouts to be with you in your med. Because when you jump in, you're going to create a lot of space. And so they get in for free. Whereas, you know, your poor guys over there on the flank did not have space. And they just got killed. And that could have been avoided. Yeah, your scout tries to hold it off. Now here's where dying would be bad. We don't want to die. Trying to save the med. Run a... What? Oh, try and save the demo. Can't. Alright, they've Ubered in now. You can juggle these guys a bit. Nice. Got lower. More people fighting. Oh no, okay. Demo did what he should. Put 6 on the point. You're running out. I think that's all of them. Now see here, because you have so much health, it would be really great if scouts could get on. So you should go up with the other heavies now. You'll be fine. So what I try to do is every push out, if you've got both scouts, they need to just go to Spire. So you're kind of playing a rotating pocket here, which is kind of neat, but you die. And you lose. You end up trading 2 for 1. Oh, Med's running needles, old school style. Things are just older school back there in South America. I can't say I don't like that. Rotating soldiers, needles. Not a big fan of the bonk, but I mean that's mainly just because Scout is such a dominant class right now in America. It just makes them more dominant because they can get a get out of jail free card. Alright, so we're running crits, which is kind of desperation move, and we're on last, but they're here. Oh, the forward hold is mucho effective. Alright. Well, let's see. So they pushed. The comms may have been a little questionable. Yes, jump at them. Well, the soldier gets slashed and he kills you. That's unfortunate. It looks as if your world is ending. But you too have the crits. Now would be the time to use it. Well, you get 2 players. That may be enough. Wow, they stick the point. That was good on their demo to do that. But yeah, so there, I mean, all that really happened to you was I think you either didn't get the comms or whatever, that something wasn't right. So you weren't there to push when you should have been. But you responded as best you could once you went. So the only mistake there was the delay in action. Crits to mid, rather ballsy. We go for a standard rollout. That soldier is hurt. You're getting a lot of heals here. And your team's getting obliterated. couldn't pull out the shotgun fast enough. And we're gonna whippity wipe. Our demo survives.
Alert. Our control point has been captured.
And additional kills. And they're gonna Uber in. Got a heavy. He's on the ground, spun up, but already dead. And that's gonna be a 3-0. That one, I mean, that mid just didn't go right. You got bottled up real bad. There's not. I mean, you should lose the round there if the teams are at least even, because they've got Ubers. So you're gonna go back to your old strat to counter their more aggressive mid strat that puts them on the center of the point right to start. We're losing a ton. Yeah, everyone dies too early. Much too aggressive. So we whippity wipe again. And I don't know if you got aced or not, but that should result in a round loss. You're going to pull out the heaviest possible defense and a defensive spy to try and break them. Can't say I mean, at this point you're desperate, because I assume you only played it 30 minutes. Like the Euros and Aussies do, so it's getting kind of tight. Alright, so we have a baby 7th player here. He's not going to do much, but it's something. And now we gotta watch for this scout. Alright, nice job getting on the point. I always say that's the pocket's job. Oh, we're setting down a 7th player on the ground. It can't do it. It was too young yet. Alright, in we go. Gonna do a standard, it looks like. Maybe not. We're going under. Go for the rocket of your life. We've already lost 2 players. That's gonna make life hard. 3 players. And then we die, yeah. Once you dissolve like that. Losing our scouts too early at mid, I think. Oh, and maybe you had a gun too. I hear a gun. So, the surrender has begun. Yeah, I mean, as far as your play, I didn't see anything really terrible. Your guys' mids need a lot of work, because that's mainly what cost you this game here late. Your first mids were fine, and then they adapted, and you guys really didn't. Your attempt at adapting was to get more aggressive, and that did not work. So, I mean, there's that. I haven't really seen anything terrible out of you, so it's okay so far. You force, but you lose your med. So, not a good idea to do. But I'm sure this is more or less just garbage time, so that's why I'm kind of winding down here. But you never know. You might end up holding last here. Well, there's that. No GG for them just yet. They did what the pocket's supposed to do and get on the point when there are people on it. Many ways are thrown out. Oh, we're going for some MGE on the spire. Alright. And there we go. The scout is on. Oop, oop. We got problems. Yeah. Yeah, so your guys' second push-outs are problematic as well. I'll go over that at the end. Because I assume now the... Well, let's see. What do we got for spawn timers? We all died around the same time. Look at that. Wow, we're all alive. And then we lose. So there's that. Alright, so things that I saw that could be improved. The mids were okay, I guess. When a team is running you hard to the middle like that, which was usually what they were doing, is they were putting a lot of people directly onto the center of the point right to start. The best thing you can do is have both your scouts go up top and just spam at them from long range, because they can't really do anything to you about that. And if they try to jump, they're going to die. You can attempt to counter jump them, which I saw you doing, so that's fine. Your roamer can do the same, and your demo can just lay sticks all over the point too, whenever he gets there. So that is that's usually how I would choose to deal with it. Of course, you could also just go aggressive to their side, and that would force them into a backwards mid, and then they don't have quite so many options there. Of course, you don't either, but since you were going all in anyways, you may as well have gone all in and blocked their health pack when you did it. Your second pushouts need some work, and that's a team issue. I described to you what I would like to see out of you, mainly that you ought not to be the one capping second if you can help it. Obviously, there are going to be times where you don't have much of a choice because there just aren't enough players alive. But in a lot of those cases, it's best, especially for Badlands, to have both scouts go up top, and then the pocket will, usually what I like to do is have the pocket go to drop down. A scout goes out bottom left, and a scout goes out upper and then left, and checks left bats with you going right bats. And then the roamer and the demo go downstairs. And that way you've covered pretty much everything, all the doors, all the parts and nooks and cranny of lobby, and you've done it together. Everybody has a buddy. You're in the toughest spot because your only buddy is that medic, if he happens to be alive. And then you gotta drop down and immediately go to choke. And you just try to get both your scouts on Spire, or any surviving scouts to Spire. And then any additional heavies that arrive, which would be the roamer or the demo, would push to choke. So your roamer and demo were really good about pushing to choke. But, I mean, if you're the first one there, you ought to do it. Whoever the first one there is needs to be the one that goes to choke. Because the better and better teams you play, the faster and faster they're going to get in. So, and it's much easier to keep them in if you block them at the doorway instead of letting them in at all to begin with. This team kind of helped you out because they would come in and look at you and then get spammed out and leave. They were very non-committal. So, had they committed, they might have been able to push you guys off. And they did at the very end there and wiped your team. So, I mean, that's a potential thing that can happen when you don't press them out early enough. There was one Uber that was popped too early, but hey, that's life, I guess. I mentioned that. But yeah, on the whole, I was fairly impressed. Not a bad game. You seemed to know when to pull out the shotgun. You did most of the pockety things that pocket should do. So yeah, I mean, pretty decent stuff. The only things I have to criticize were a few just mistakes. I mean, everybody does that. And the way you guys push out from last. You need to talk about that as a team and get it down to a system that makes sure your scouts are always on the point. And if you don't have scouts to be on the point, then you ought to rethink you're going out to 2, because they just respawn too fast. So, yeah. Anyways, this has been Marxist. Hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to ask any questions, comment, whatever. I got email and donation info down below if you're interested in that. And I'll see you later. Oh, also, I apologize for the sound of the air conditioner in the background, but it's 100 degrees here today. So I didn't want to die.